you, friends, family, and strangers. Welcome to the very first full day at my new apartment. The only thing we can really do today is tits around and fart off, and I'm going to try to get some tax documents together. I'll be filing my taxes about a week late. I'm assuming the fine folks at H&R Block are going to give me tons of shit about that. And it just seems like at H&R Block, whenever you ask them something that's not what every single other customer asks, their brain buffers for about an hour. They just go, well. For example, last year I owed taxes that I was going to pay later. I just wanted to pay their fee, and I wanted them to file, and then I was going to pay the IRS on my own. The lady could not understand what I was talking about. She goes, "You're going to owe taxes. Can you pay that right now? You're going to owe." And I said, "I'll take care of that. So what's your fee? Are you going to file it?" She's like, "Well, you're going to go ahead and file it without paying? You're going to owe." She just kept saying, "You're going to owe," like I was supposed to panic, or that she was panicking for me, like she was so upset on my behalf, like she was trying to let me down easy or something. And she just kept saying over and over. I'm looking at the spots on the carpet here where I think the previous tenant had their couch. One thing I noticed is this plug high up there. I'm pretty sure that's for your flat screen TV, but I would almost not want that if I owned apartments, because I don't want a tenant to get in the mindset of mounting a TV on the wall. Not in an apartment. In their own house, go ahead. But this ain't my motherfucking house. I would never dig into the wall studs like that. Yikes. Although, can I tell you a little secret? So, once upon a time, I had an apartment where, like, here's the living room. On the other side of the living room wall was what I used as my office, pretty similar to this unit. And you know what I did? I'll go ahead and tell you. There was a TV, and I put a hole down in the very bottom of the wall that went straight through. Just enough, big enough to fit the head of an HDMI cable through, because I would often watch shit off of my computer from the office out into the front room. I'm not going to do that this time, because that was not nice of me. That was immature, okay? That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. But anyways, I got to get some tax shit together, and I got to call them and set up an appointment probably for next week at some point. I don't know, whenever. And they're going to say, "Oh my God, what are you talking about? No, we're not going to be in here. The appointment only." And I'm going to say, "That's why I'm asking you for an appointment. I just want my taxes filed." But you missed the deadline. I already know what they're going to say. H&R Block, the fine folks at H&R Block. This is not slander, because I'm not saying a bunch of stuff that isn't true. I'm only telling you what I have already experienced. I'm stating historical facts. You can draw your own conclusions on those facts. Therefore, it does not define slander. Slander would be if I told you things that are 100% false in an effort to get you not to engage with that organization. That's not what's taking place. Go ahead and give H&R Block a try if you want. I'm just letting you know what I believe will most likely be said to me based strictly on my previous interactions with H&R Cock, okay? They're going to say, "But the deadline's passed. You're what? What do you mean? I mean, what? Did you file an extension?" And I'm going to say, "Actually, I couldn't, because you motherfuckers told me to come into your office and get a numbered form for that I would have to send in the IRS snail mail style, which Didn't happen because the door was locked. Then I called, and the motherfucker said, well, we don't know what's going on. I don't know why the door was locked. Then I go to the other H&R Block, and the chick says, we don't have forms here. you're fucked, buddy. And shit. So I just said, well, it's past, what do you, like, if you file for an extension past the deadline, then what? Do I get a big penalty, but I get my extension also? I don't even understand, because if you file late without an extension, you get a penalty. What if you request your extension after the late date? Do you still get a penalty, or do they say, oh, you're good? I would ask them that, but I don't want their brain to buffer for 10 minutes and me be stuck on the phone waiting for them to figure out how Earth works. So I'm just going to make an appointment. And in the meantime, I want to take the next few days to make sure I get all my documents ready. At H&R Cock, you can set up your profile and you can import all your supporting documents. I just have a habit of calling everything documents, supporting documents, kind of like putting together for a mortgage loan or whatever. What I mean is you can put all your documents on your file, and then when you go to do your taxes, I guess you just show up with whatever paper you might have in your hand, like a physical W-2 if you don't have one already attached to your profile digitally, PDF fashion. And then they file your taxes, then they hit you with a big fee. I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm going to guess that my fee will be through the roof because I'm filing late. But who knows, right? So that's a thing. That's about to happen. And other than that, we're going to bring in a couple things from the van up here, like a chair. I have not been able to sit in my apartment in any way, shape, or form yet because there's no form of chair of any kind. What I need to buy is at least 2, maybe 3 bar stools, matching bear stools right here. And so I can sit up, do a little editing right there. If I want to conversate with the big daddy Jetty who's cooking me, then I'm just kidding. But actually, that needs to happen in here, the old office. So we'll see. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is ain't shit happening today. But who knows? Maybe I'll say something funny or point my camera at something cool along the way. And maybe the video won't suck the entire ass, just partial ass. But in any event, the next chapter of my life has started because I'm here, finally. I kind of hope that after these 3 months, I can go regular ass month to month like every human. All signs point to yes. However, as you know from knowing me, I never count my eggs until they're already hatched. And not just that, but I will stress out to the max until they're hatched. Okay? Let's go down and look at my garage and bring a couple things in from the van, like a chair to sit down on. That'd be great. So yeah, that's what's happening today, I think. And like I said, maybe it won't suck. Maybe it'll only suck half an ass instead of an entire ass. Maybe, just maybe, I'll think of something clever and funny to say, or I'll find something cool to point my camera at along the way. In any event, gather your things. Let's do it. You're a loser. Check this out, dude. If you give the property manager a tuggy, they throw in a garage. So I did it. I spit on my hand and gave him a tuggy. And look, I got a garage out of it. Check this out, dude. Check this out, dude. My light switch is covered in spackle, which means plenty of tuggies have been given for garages. Look, Boop. Got me a little light for at night when I'm in here. Pretty big space for storage. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, I could probably drive my van in here and unload it and then bring stuff up to the apartment from here. Ground zero storage for moving stuff in. Oh, I didn't realize this till just now. Got me a little workstation. Zzz, little workstation plug. Do my chop sawing out here. The time has come to take my move-in checklist way up there to the lease office. I don't know if I've had any problems with my unit. It's quite a walk. But hey, I'm quite a guy. And I'm going to stop at the mailbox and see what mail has showed up in the last month while my apartment had no tenant. We'll see. We'll see if the previous tenant subscribed to any cool magazines. So, tried to give them my checklist at the lease office, but the doors are locked. So I dropped it in the rent drop box. Here at these apartments, whatever day your lease starts on is whatever day your rent is due every month. So essentially, someone's probably paying rent every day, all month long, on time. So I'm assuming they check that box regularly. But if not, oh well. I came within office hours, the doors are locked, no cars are out front. This ain't a holiday. And also, my mailbox does not actually appear to exist. So I will have to send her an email and ask her how we might go about getting access to my real mail. Whew, it's windy and cold out there. Huh. It's supposed to be like summer. It's like mid-April. This is bullshit. So my van, I believe, can barely fit in the garage. And it's loaded up with shit still. So I think I'm going to back it into the garage and unload it all into the garage and go from there. We'll reassess how we feel from there. It's alive. It's alive. Story of my life. It barely fits. But look how much space I have to unload all my cool things. It rained, kind of like sleeted, halfway sort of dumped for about 10 minutes. I think it's letting up now. And I was stuck out in it trying to get supplies out of the garage. Well, since it's miserably cold and raining off and on, what a great day to order a pizza. Things are finally starting to fucking look up, boys. Got me a chair. Somewhat of a chair for now. Maybe I can actually get something done. Fucking tired, dude. Got me an appointment set up for next week to do my fucking taxes, bruh. I really don't need an appointment, but there was no option on H&R Block that said day in which you want us to file your taxes, but you will submit tax documents between now and then. There's only drop it off now or make an appointment to meet with a tax pro. Zero mention on the website about the fact that you're filing late as fuck. So I don't know. Fucking straggler hairs look weird, bro. I mean, better than going bald, I guess. Shoot, dude. So, Big Pimp That's next week. I just need a little bit of time. That's all I need from these motherfuckers. I got an email back from the lease manager here about my mailbox not existing. And she's like, did you try your key and it just didn't work? Or you just can't find your mailbox? I'm like, I was kind of offended. It's not that I can't find my mailbox, because my original message said this. Hi, blank. My mailbox doesn't seem to exist. Also, I dropped the apartment inspection list in the rent drop in front of the lease office. I said clearly it does not seem to exist. Does that mean I tried my key? I would have said, I don't think I have the right key for my mailbox, which does exist. Anyways, I said I didn't see any box with blank on it. After much searching, all of the blank boxes, like my building number, and all over the mail kiosk. Chew on that one. Put that one in ya. Back and pipe and talk on it. Also, on the H&R Block website, they had something on there that I didn't think they ever had before. If they did, I'd never noticed it. A full checklist of all the tax documents you may need. I was like, hallelujah. I hate wondering if I got everything, and there's still going to be, I'm still going to like go back and look at my old returns to see if anything's on there that we didn't think of. Because I got mortgage payment info that I got to submit. I got stockbroker information I got to submit. Whatever else. Unfortunately, I don't have lottery winnings to submit. Man, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? And just like that, my friends, through the power of movie magic, it's still broad daylight. And just like that, my friends, through the power of movie magic, it is dark out already. Lucky you got to sit through the last 9 hours while I was at work. Got to rip through it in about 2.5 seconds. Let's go home, where I will try like hell not to eat before bed. Last night when I got home to the new apartment, I stuffed my face. I was hungry and in good spirits. Had a huge meal, and I paid for it dearly. Woke up about an hour or so after I fell asleep, choking on heartburn, literally coughing it and sneezing chunks of food out of my nose. I wish I was making this up. I stood there in the bathroom for several minutes, blowing my nose over and over as chunk after chunk of stuff that I ate came out of my nose. Absolutely disgusting, and it burns when you get stomach acid in your nose and throat. It burns a lot, and there's no way to stay propped up on my inflate-a-bed to let gravity help, because if I were to sit up a little bit and lean back against the wall, the whole bed would just slide forward and I would be on the floor. But I shouldn't be relying on such a thing anyways. Instead, I should summon the self-discipline, with God's help, to not eat late at night like that. Wish me luck. Tonight at work, I felt good and depressed for an hour or two. I just got to thinking about everything, of course. It's depressing to kind of live with 90% of your possessions in storage, and you don't have your stuff. It also bums me out that I borrowed money to make these deals happen, and I really won't feel good about it all the way, and being back in high spirits until I've paid off my debts and everything. Also, the thing that I'm overthinking, hopefully just overthinking, is that I paid for 3 months up front, and that was the only way they would let me get an apartment. Really, the bigger victory here will be if and when I can sign a normal lease for 12 or 15 months and pay monthly at a much lower price than what I had to pay for each month in advance for a short-term lease through the resident portal like everyone else. When that happens, I'll truly feel like I'm in. I'm not at risk for losing my housing. Because what if they take one look at my application and say, you can't renew your lease. You only did a, You only did a pay in advance 3-month short-term lease and you have bad credit. You either have to do another super expensive short-term lease again, which I won't have the money for if I don't sell my house. And that's another thing I'm worried about, because my house, I feel like, could foreclose by the time it sells. It is delinquent as shit, especially with saving back for this apartment. But I felt like at the time I had to do what I had to do. I was getting desperate. So time will tell. I'm just going to try to enjoy these 3 months, enjoy my month off of work in June, and try to do good financially so I don't screw this up. And I really hope I can get my house sold. So that's what I need to get busy doing. As soon as I get my tax stuff together, I feel like I can focus on the next thing, which is getting that house sold. Hopefully. Fucking sleepy, dude. It's time for you to get out of my face. Let me go to sleep, alright? I'm sorry if today's video was a little uneventful, but it kind of had to be. I mean, shit. I gotta reorganize and get my shit back together. But don't worry, we got some house selling content drama coming up. Dramatic content involving the selling of my house. But, you know, as much as I want to go out there and unlock the door and move my bed frame out of there right now, and then figure out how to go get my car out of possession in the driveway, I can't fuck with that until my taxes are done. You can't just ignore it. Then the fucking federales come beating at your shit, dude. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want fucking fire brigade to show up here and put a water spray on your party. You know what I mean? I stayed up a little bit, got my video ready, and did some laundry, dude. Because I haven't had like towels at all this whole time I've been at the apartment. Today technically was like the first full day at the apartment, and I think I'm already like totally in and on board. It's not weird, it's just the apartment, and it doesn't feel weird to live in an apartment like my last apartment did. It felt super weird. I couldn't get into it. At one point at my last apartment, I sat there trying to relax, trying to watch TV. That light is so fucking bright. Let's see if this is okay. Let's see if this is alright with you. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Whew. Let's try this. Alright. At one point at my old apartment, I sat there trying to watch TV, but normally the only thing I thought about 24 hours a day was how I probably should have not got that apartment and I should just stay on my land and work it out.
At one point, I was watching TV and I could hear my heart beating in my ear. And it got so loud, I thought that might be because my blood pressure was through the roof. Like, how else could you hear your own heartbeat unless your heart was beating out of control? Luckily, Dr. Google told me that you can get, what is it? Fasciitis, not fasciitis, tennis ear, like tendonitis of the ear. But I don't know because I've only had it like that 1 week, and it would linger the whole week. But that one particular moment that I was trying to watch TV on that one particular night, it was so bad. I was like really debating on whether I should go to the ER in case it was my blood pressure like flying out of the tree, man. And I hate to say this, but it's the truth. I kind of just ignored it, thinking if I go, I go. At least I'll go in peace, dude. Because I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, and I'm not going to try to avoid the inevitable, which would be dying. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I had never experienced that before. As far as I knew, my heart was going out of control, and I was moments away from fucking heart attack or something, stroking out or whatever. And that sounds dramatic and over the top and cringe, right? Like dude's a little bit of a drama queen. Well, when I first got that apartment and was moving all my stuff through the night, in the middle of the night, every couple of days, I'd move a bunch of crap in my van. I was doing pretty much what I've been doing this whole video series these last 40 days or so, where I'm like trying to figure out my life. Like, how do I actually want to live? And it was so damn stressful thinking of getting rid of the house that I was having like so much depression, and like I used to come into that apartment and go, what's the point? I'm here by myself. I work with nothing to show for it. Now I'm about to give up my land where at least I have a place of freedom and quiet. That's how used to not having water I got. I got so used to not having water and heat that I was okay with staying there. I could never raise the extra funds to turn back on water and heat. And the furnace there, yeah, it would have been so freaking hard on just one income, this income right here, mine, to keep that house warm, even if it like ran on natural gas or something. Yeah, that's for someone else to worry about, I think. But anyways, when I come here to this apartment, I do feel antsy about what might happen in 3 months. Will I be good to go? Then I'll really feel comfortable after that. But for now, it's like, I really hope I'm not screwing this up, but I really don't know how to tell at the moment. And I won't know until after 3 months when I have agreed to a new normal lease like everyone else gets to have. That'll let me know that I'm not stuck in like, I don't want to be stuck in some prepay cycle, short-term rental cycle, because that makes my rent literally like 25% more than it's supposed to be. And yeah, so 4 of those you could have got a free month because the price should be lower. Does that make sense to you? Anyways, I'm about to fall asleep as I'm talking, so I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to be okay. I got to tie up some loose ends. I got to sell my house. I got to pay off some debt now, especially because of this apartment. And I'll be all right, I think. We'll see. But again, sorry if today's video was a little bit shitty or boring. Hey, I can't help it. I got to do tax stuff right now. And then after that, we're going to go on adventures again. when I get my budget worked out, figure out exactly how much I'm spending on travel, blah, blah, blah. Because there for a while, my only budget was sell the house as quick as I can. Everything else can wait. And then my budget became save up as much as you can, no matter how many strings you got to pull. Just get the hell out of there. You actually do like taking normal showers. You actually do like having normal amenities. But anyways, I gotta go before I start really freaking trailing off and rambling into fall asleep land. But don't worry, I will be back with you again tomorrow. If you want to help me out, then share this video or any of my videos, because a growing audience helps me more than you think. And if you want to contact me directly, then email me by emailing dougalonation@gmail.com. Dougalonation, just like is the way it's spelled in every thumbnail, DOUGALO Nation @gmail.com. But yes, I'm out of here. I thank you very much for spending your precious, non-renewable time with me. That is very flattering. It's the most expensive gift you could ever give someone is your time, because it's the only thing you'll never get back. So thank you for spending some time with me. It flatters me. I appreciate it very much. And that goes for every single person, every single nation member who's here right now. For real. And I read your comments. Sometimes on comments, I don't know exactly what to say back, but I do read your comments and I love them. And the more the merrier. But without further fighting sleep, I just want to say I must go for this one. We must wrap this up. We must piss on this fire and head back to my new apartment after we pack up this camp and hit the road. But until next time, which is only a short wait until tomorrow morning, as usual, I'll be back with you again 7 days a week, 7 a.m. But until then, don't film your outros while falling asleep, because that would make you, like me, a douche.